All right. Welcome to Courtney and Gary's Poppin Cherries. Mm-hmm. In this bonus biscuit, we take a Wicker Biscuit member on an experience that they have never done before. These are common things that most people have done, and it's almost ridiculous that this person has never experienced what we're doing for the first time before. So just a heads up, the majority of these are going to be Courtney, but it can be anyone in the group. However, the majority are going to be Courtney. And Courtney, would you care to fill us in on why the majority are going to be you?
Well, first of all, I a small town girl, we didn't really have a lot of like eccentric little businesses. Yeah. And, everything was a treat. I mean, I would say you were
a little bit sheltered.
Yeah. I mean, I had never seen The Color Purple until I was...
The movie. The Color Purple?
No, the color. My mom thought it was just too flashy.
The pains she went through to pull that out of every rainbow.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
That cheap gal.
Uh-huh. But, I shared with Gary not too long ago that when I turned 40, I actually had my first bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
That's right. I was shocked. I was floored. It floored me that she had never had the Pebs before. Well, yes. Actually, we didn't call them the Pebs right away. We came up with that term later.
Because we're thrifty. We're on a budget. And so when one goes to the Walmart, maybe, let's say, and you get you just jump right to the cereal in the bag versus the box. Those are what we officially call street Pebs.
Yes. Yeah. What's that brand? What is that?
It's
either way, the bagged brand, yeah.
Yeah.
Multo meal or whatever.
Yeah. Something like
that. Those are the street Pebs. Those aren't the legit. But yeah, Fruity Pebbles. And then, oh God, we went on for a long time to see what creations we could make with Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles cheesecake.
It was a good time. Your dad made Fruity Pebbles French toast that one time?
Oh, that was amazing.
That was pretty good.
We've tried the Fruity Pebbles syrup.
Yep.
That's a little heavy on the Pebs, but it's still good. You go lightly.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I think we're at a point, though. Let's break into this week's episode.
Oh, please do.
So on this episode, we're going to be talking about bubble tea, or sometimes referred to as boba tea. Although, from what we've read, there's a little bit of a difference.
Oh, definitely.
So let me give you a background for any of those who don't know what this is. I believe I pulled this from Wikipedia. So, bubble tea, also known as pearl milk tea, bubble milk tea, tapioca milk tea, boba tea, or just boba, is a tea-based drink that originated in Taiwan in early 1980s.
Oh, it's really not that old.
No, it's not.
Surprising.
Yep. So Taiwanese immigrants brought it to the U.S. in the mid-1990s, initially in California, and then the drink spread to other countries and other areas. And yeah, so bubble tea mostly consists of tea accompanied by a chewy tapioca ball or a boba or a pearl, it'd be referred to as. But also there's other toppings such as the jellies. They have grass jellies. I guess there's, or the popping bobas, little poppers.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you could get it just as like with a green tea, a black tea, and then you could get the milk added, or it could just be the fruit.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. I didn't realize how elaborate it was until we really went and dove into this.
Yeah, I thought it was just like one single kind of ball.
Yeah.
But there's like
most
people.
That leads us into the next point. So where did you first hear about this?
I don't think I so much heard about it, but as watching videos like maybe on TikTok or Facebook, and what really, really tripped my trigger was, you see these people going into maybe like convenience stores of some sort, and they have these cups that like they can just like pull out of like a refrigerator, and they're sealed on top. And what really trips my trigger is getting that like money shot of putting that big ass straw through the lid, and doing that where you like pop the seal, and then I did not realize that there was balls.
Yeah, balls are involved.
So it's all the whole thing from the straw to the top to the windows to the walls. It's all about these balls, and I am so excited.
All right, so let's dive in. All right, so first up, we've got a quick clip from the adventure. I did film part of it, And we're only going to be using the audio for this, but maybe some day down the road we'll release some of the footage. So we'll see. But anyway, the first clip, this is where I started filming Courtney outside the building before she even goes in.
Yeah, he took me in the back alley.
That's right. All right, so we have Courtney. I know. Part of the fun is you don't know where you're going.
Okay.
She's lost, guys.
I see.
Star Cup drive-thru. There's Star Cup. So we're going to see her about to enter a boba tea place. Oh my gosh, she's going to do it.
Flash and beauty.
Well, yeah. Go ahead. Go in. Oh, she went in. So as you could hear, Courtney was a little unsure of what was about to come.
So was I like, were you offended that people thought like we might be a couple? Like, were we?
No, I'm used to that.
Why the
now.
back alley experience?
Only because it was closer to the parking lot. In hindsight, maybe we should have walked around to the front, but to walk all the way around to the sidewalk is a really long walk. Okay. And to cut through the alley, that's also the drive-through, so I didn't want to go cut through that way.
Safety.
Yeah, it was safety. Safety and a little bit of laziness. But yeah, we went in through the back way. Now, next up, we have the clip of right after we ordered. Now, we didn't record while we ordered because we didn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. We didn't want anyone on this that hadn't agreed to it.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But let's actually, you know what, before we get into the clip, let's talk about the experience there. I thought they were super.
I did start out by saying, hey, this is my first time. When you look at the board, I mean, there is a lot to take in. Like, first you have to choose your tea. Then you have to choose your, do you want it black tea, green tea? Do you want the... Yeah,
they had the milk tea, the regular just fruit-infused tea. And then they had smoothies.
Yep.
And then they had coffee drinks, too.
Lattes and, which they all sounded to die for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To die for. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So they guided us through the process.
Super accommodating.
They filled us in. So shout out to the team at Star Cup because that was the first place we went to. All right. So next up, let's play the clip. I'm going to set this up first. This is right before the first time we try it. So we're going to show everybody. This is, what did I get? I got mango milk tea. And I got the passion fruit poppers. So that's what I have in here.
And I think I did the peach tea with mango popper.
Yes, that sounds about right. All right, so stab a bitch. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I wanted to do this. Like, I was excited when there was the lid because I'm like, oh, that's how they do it. Okay. Yeah. Are you forceful or not?
No,
forceful?
just gentle.
Oh, that was perfect.
All right, let's try this.
What if I choke on what if I aspirate on
You won't. Okay. We'll be fine.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah?
It's nice.
There you
I didn't
go.
get a ball yet.
Oh, okay.
How do you retrieve a ball?
You gotta suck, baby.
I'll have the whole thing gone.
You get it that time?
I got a ball. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah?
The ball is really where it's at.
Trying to get a popper. Passion fruit popper.
I got balls galore.
That's a good time.
What's nice?
This is
like
definitely
a
a Court thing because Courtney wouldn't just have balls in her mouth in public.
No.
But Court.
I'm a
Court would.
Court would.
I've got 2 balls in my mouth.
That's nice.
All right. Well, I think we'll end the video for now, and then we'll talk about the experience later. Okay, so we did our first clip there. Now that we're back here, let's elaborate on the stabbing of it, since that certainly was a highlight that you wanted to do. What did you think?
Well, first of all, I was very amazed that as they're making the product for you, I thought that was more like a factory thing, but they still seal it and everything.
Yes.
In this process. So
yep.
It was everything I dreamed it to be.
Okay. So,
everything.
Yep. And then we did hear about some balls in your mouth. Did you expect to have so many balls in your mouth in public out with me?
Lady never says. I'd like to say it was my first time in public with balls. No, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was your first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Well, next up, we had a clip where we were just, this is the longer part of the clip, because we were just playing while we were, or I shouldn't say playing.
Somebody was farting around.
Yeah, this we were just recording while we were enjoying the teas, and let me give you a heads up, there were farts to be had. I was a little gassy, so you'll notice that in there. So with that being said, let's play the clip, and we'll fill you in after.
Okay, what was the question?
Did you get the bobas, the poppers, or the jellies?
So I think I got the bobas, but I just didn't like it in my mouth. I don't know. There's something about it that just, meh.
But the poppers.
But these poppers, I like.
The poppers is where it's at.
The poppers is where it's at.
Huh. I am interested now for the texture of the jelly. I don't eat anything more, but I'm just saying next time.
Next time. This is going to happen again. There's no doubt about that.
Because I feel like that shit that I got at the store, it had the tapioca ones. And that was a weird texture.
Mm-hmm.
The jellies, I guess I'm curious. The coffee idea kind of trips my trigger. But what would you get it in?
I don't know. We can ask the ladies.
Like, could you get it put into, like, an iced coffee, I would presume? Is that what they would recommend?
Maybe. I'm not a big fan of, like, fruit. Well, as I'm saying it, I'm probably wrong. Because I was about to say I'm not a big fan of fruit and coffee. But then again, a lot of the flavored coffees have, like, a hint of fruit flavor, and they're pretty tasty.
Yeah.
So...
But I'm thinking if you did, like, iced coffee with a coffee jelly...
I see what you're saying.
Or if you... I don't know if they do, like, an iced latte. Is that a thing?
Iced latte is totally a thing. It's delicious.
Then that would be the tits.
Mm-hmm.
If you threw in little coffee balls in that. That'd be where it's at. They have a tiramisu latte flavor?
That would be good. I love tiramisu.
I just creamed my pantaloons.
That's okay. We're going to go shopping after this so we can get you some new ones.
Oh my gosh. Or peppermint even with the coffee balls.
Yeah, that would be good. So it looks like you can buy just the poppers.
Those little jars?
Or maybe that's just for demonstrations.
They get you though. They get you.
They do. No doubt.
One time you might not get one at all. And the next time, balls.
Yeah.
There's balls everywhere.
And there's times where I didn't know I wanted balls in my mouth. And then once they're in my mouth, I'm
You can't go
glad
back.
they're in my mouth.
Right now I have ball skin.
Yeah.
At the Sam's Club,
Yes.
you can buy fruit cups that have balls in them.
Oh.
And those are delightful.
But isn't this a million times better than the pre-store one?
Oh, yes.
Because the other one you said was gross.
Yes, we had a brown sugar something. And then there was like a weird fruit something that I've never heard of. Foreskin.
That you do. So it looks like one of the poppers had popped, and the skin of the popper is on the edge of the straw.
It's on the tip.
It's on the tip.
Just the tip.
Here, I gotta picture that.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. That's where it's hanging out. Oh, we got a picture of it, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm really interested about their machine that covers them. I don't know why that's so entertaining to me.
I know what you mean. I don't know why I just thought of this, but it'd be funny to put like a little like chipmunk in a cup and then seal it shut. Poke holes so they can breathe. Or just to hand somebody a chipmunk in a cup.
Chipmunk in a cup. What is that? Salted caramel winter melon? That sounds weird.
I've never heard of a winter melon.
I have not either.
So now when the ball pops in my mouth, all I can think about is foreskin, so thank you for that visual.
I could just eat just all of these in a hot dish of some sort. Screw the liquid.
Popper hot dish.
Just
Okay, I can see it.
Just give me a bowl of them. It's kind of interesting though, because if you think about it, what keeps the foreskin from just dissolving?
That's a good question.
And how do you fill the foreskin? There's got to be a whole machine involved that, you know what I mean?
We'll Google it when we get back home.
It's quite amazing.
Watch
if you
the
think
process.
about it.
Man, I'm all farts today. I'm just like a farting machine.
Are you?
I am. Ugh.
It never gets old. Did you fart?
I did.
I know.
Sorry.
That's okay. You do you.
Thank you.
I still respect you in the morning. I want to know about that. Is that like a Savona dog hair that blew off of me when I walked in?
Could be.
Never gets old.
I know, just when you think you're out of poppers, they pop in your mouth.
There's lots in there.
That's true. It's like a fish nest.
I like that you gotta chew on them a little bit.
You know, like the fish eggs?
You know what?
I mean, they're much bigger than a fish egg, but...
You know what my favorite salad, Wisconsin, or your Midwestern salad is?
Mm-hmm.
Frog eye salad. That has the little noodles that look like they're like little balls.
Mm. Mm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know I've heard of it, but I can't, like, picture it right now.
It's the little noodle balls.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Cool Whip. Well, you make like this weird jizzy sauce for it.
Okay.
So you cook your noodles, then you drain them, and then meanwhile, in another pan, you take an egg,
Mm-hmm.
a couple tablespoons of flour,
Okay.
a couple tablespoons of sugar,
Okay.
and you cook it till it gets frothy and thick.
Oh.
And then you pour it over your cooked noodles that are cooled, and then you fold in Cool Whip and crushed pineapple and fruit cocktail and marshmallows. It's a tasty treat. But a lot of people won't eat it because of the texture. But now that boba's got a good rap,
Yeah, maybe that's going to turn around.
probably not. But you know, Wisconsin salads, they definitely get like credit for ingenuity.
I feel like they need a different name for it than salad. Salad sounds healthy. Balls in your mouth?
3.
I wish we had the video of that. Her face was adorable.
3. They get you by surprise every time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a life or death situation. You enjoy the balls, but yet you don't want to.
You don't want to you don't want them to, like,
Get
set
you.
up shop in your throat.
Yeah,
You die.
that'd be terrible. Did you get a ball?
Not on that sip.
I could tell. Because how can you not get a drink of this and get a ball and not just have a little bit of reaction?
Right. Oh, I'll agree with that.
It's just a rip snorting good time.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
See, I was telling you it was good. I told you. I mean, I'm glad you still tried that other one that you bought, because otherwise, what, you'd be expired?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Actually, it's probably best that you had the crappy one first.
Devin would actually drink the liquid and I'd eat the balls.
But the balls were good in that one?
They just taste... They didn't really have a flavor.
These ones do.
These are good balls. Which makes me think now, the bobas, those... Oh, is boba just not a flavor? It's just a ball?
I think the boba is the ball, yeah.
So it's just a ball. There's no flavors.
Well, can we go ask them? How many in your mouth did you get that time?
Just one, but it was surprising. Like, I wish that they could have, like at Sam's Club, you could get, like, a little sample of each ball.
They should do a flight.
I agree. I have to say, I wasn't anticipating milk tea to be a thing, but it's a good thing. Especially when you said it was like a fruit. Like, I imagine fruit and milk, curdly, like...
Oh, I can see that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just picture, like, a melted milkshake, you know?
No.
Well, that's what I pictured.
Okay.
When I first heard it, I'm like, milky and fruity. I don't know. It's like cereal milk. It's a
But
good
you
time.
didn't get the last word, tea? Like, the tea threw me off.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, there. She's got a ball in her hands.
It's a good time.
Pop it. Pop it.
If you actually do just the ball, it's not thin like you thought it was. It's like gravy consistency. It's thicker. It's like creamy. It's just a taste treat sensation.
Yeah.
Caramel cloud. I could just set up shop here. I find that, you know how like Grandpa Putnam, he'd always get that little bit of something and he'd chew on it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
with the front of his
absolutely.
teeth? I'm doing that with these balls. You
I
know
do that
what?
when I eat peanuts.
Grandpa always did it when he ate peanuts. Always.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Oh, you got one right in the tube
stuck
there.
in the chute.
The shaft.
Yes.
Get that ball out of the shaft, Missy. There she goes. She got it.
There's 2 balls right behind him. But it does feel a little risky. I mean, what's keeping you from dying?
Well, I don't know anybody that's died from this. Maybe you got to look that up.
You don't like Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, actually,
You were.
I was doing it too. I didn't even notice.
There's that moment that it's there, and you have to give it that little bit of extra.
Suction?
It's scary.
I know what you mean. Because you're like, am I just going to suck it down my throat? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you Grandpa bite it.
And you grandpa bite it?
So I must have channeled Grandpa on Loretta and my nature walk the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
when did you eat fajitas? Did you eat fajitas?
No.
Why does it smell like fajitas? What did you eat?
Green beans.
Bullshit.
No, I didn't.
Oh my god.
Okay, I won't do that again.
Fajitas. Do you see where I...
Yeah, I do.
It was if somebody said, I have a candle fajita, that's exactly... yeah, that was... Huh. I like how you had to take me through the back alley abortion clinic way to get in here.
Yeah.
When there was a front door.
Well, we can walk out the front door. It's just then we have to walk way around the
I'm just
building.
kidding ya.
Hmm?
I'm just kidding ya.
Oh, good.
Well, this was very delightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're back after the clip. All right, let's break it down.
So when we start out right away, Gary does make reference to having bubble tea before, but it was really...
Yeah, it wasn't good. I don't believe it was from Star Cup, but it wasn't that great. I don't know if I got like the real tapioca, whatever,
Yeah,
boba.
the pearl, yeah.
Now, I will say this, because I wanted to be fully experienced, I did get it later. Not a fan. That's okay for all those out there who like it. Good for you, man. But the poppers were where it was at for me. Those were awesome. Just to recap, I got that time I had the mango and the passion fruit poppers.
Yeah.
Great combination. Highly recommend it to anyone.
Mm-hmm. I think I had a peach tea and a mango popper.
I don't think you had a milk tea though. I think it was a regular.
Right. Yep. Mine was just a regular black tea, and it was very good. I couldn't wrap my head around the concept of a milk tea right away, but I did sample some of Gary's, and it's definitely my go-to now.
Yeah.
So
with that being said, we've been back.
Oh.
We've gone back a couple times.
Every time I come to town, it's like instantly. And
Yeah.
right now we're like, God, I wish there was a boba somewhere around here. A little bubble tea.
One thing that we found interesting, we did ask about this the second time we went, but there's a cheese cap. We thought that was a little weird that there's a cheese cap, but we tried it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't our go-to.
And apparently it's just like this kind of, I would say like a foam, maybe?
Yeah.
It has a little bit of like a cheesecake flavor, but not so sweet, maybe? I don't know. It's very rich.
Yeah. It just, for me, it was a no-go.
Yeah.
The tea itself just speaks for itself. I thought
Definitely.
the cheese takes it away.
Definitely.
Now, shout out to any one of our listeners. If there's a certain tea that you get that really complements the cheese cap, let us know.
Yeah.
Shout back at us and we'll try it.
Absolutely.
All right. What do we have next to fill
I
the
also
audience on?
did end up trying the one of the coffee latte. Maybe it was a latte, perhaps.
Yes, and you had the
with
coffee
the
jellies.
To just kind of give a description. You know, like when you make Jell-O and you haven't mixed it well enough, so you end up getting this layer of this almost plasticky, rubbery film on the bottom. It's like they took that and they diced it up and put it in your coffee. The flavor's good. It wasn't not nearly as fun as the poppers.
Right. So we did also reference in the video that we wanted to look some things up about how it was made. Courtney, you want to share with the audience your ideas in your head of what it was before we looked it up?
You got to think, like, how does one trap a liquid into a ball? I'm just imagining this little tiny, little old frail Polish woman in like this little rocking chair, just somehow or another encapsulating, I don't know, these little things in like a little hand crocheted little ball. I don't know how you crochet.
No, right.
But,
no, it baffled me. And we looked it up, and the process is actually, I would say more simple than you think.
Well, but very high in chemistry. Like,
yeah, very, very. So it go ahead and look it up. We're not going to go into the full details, but it involves
a food-safe chemical reaction.
Yeah, a food-safe chemical reaction. That's all it is. Yeah. So it's not like they're injecting it into these little things. It's just through the chemical reaction, it develops the skin, and and there was
no Polish woman in a rocking chair whatsoever.
A little disappointing. I could have gone for some more Polish woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing Courtney brought up in the video, she was scared sucking in the bobas, the bubbles, the poppers.
Yeah.
Because when you're sucking them through the straw, you get a little vigorous suck. It kind of hits you in the back of the throat.
A little aspiration.
Right. So she was worried and questioned, has anyone ever died from this?
Yeah.
So we looked it up, and we did actually find some articles out there, but they seemed sketch.
Yeah.
So we didn't really think it was.
Questionable sources.
Yeah.
Also reasons like constipation versus actually like inhaling them.
Right. Yeah. Nothing. I didn't see anything about them really getting stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But. So we're going to say no. We don't think anyone's ever died from it. If we're wrong and a listener has some real valuable information, shoot it our way.
Yeah.
We're glad to admit when we're wrong, but for the most part, we're labeling this as an okay treat.
Yeah, right. Okay treat.
So now to finish this out, we will have our official questions.
A little Q&A.
So this is something we're going to do at the end of every single Court and Gary's Poppin Cherries. So we've got a list of questions that we're going to ask, and the person who goes on the adventure, the person who goes through the experience will have to answer these questions. So question number 1, Courtney, what did you think of the experience?
Beginning to end, amazing. Everything I wanted it to be, and then more. Super, super, super impressed with the business itself, how many options, how friendly the staff is. It's overall a great experience.
Now, to the listeners and fans, you actually have tried another place too, right?
Yes.
And they were equally as good?
I have to say, the flavor may have actually been better.
Okay. So you've been to multiple places and never let down is what I'm getting at.
Well, multiple places being 2.
Sure.
I'm just
now
getting out.
That's a pretty solid product.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
All right. Anything else to elaborate on the experience?
No, just it was great.
Well, then next up, I would love for you, Courtney, if you will, what was your favorite part of the adventure?
The bubs. We're calling that now. Just like the street pubs, it's just going to be the bubs.
The bubs.
The bubble tea. The bubs.
All right. And then the flips. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go right.
I was just going to say the flip side of that question. So question number 3 would be, what was your least favorite part of the adventure?
This has nothing to do with the business itself. I just want the world to be aware. But Gary and we have been back on numerous occasions, and the time before that, we pulled up a window seat. They have a nice little window area where you can sit on some stools, watch the people and the traffic go by. And as I took one big slurp and got a ball, I noticed out in front of the window that there was a pile of fecals outside the window.
Yo.
And let's just say, judging by the diameter and the pile, I don't feel like it was really dog.
Yeah.
It looked like it could have been a people poople.
It could have been. It was interesting. But, that's not really the business's fault. They can't control what people are doing outside.
I'd like to think that the business was so good that people just can't contain their excitement. They're like, oh my gosh, is that a Star Cup? Just done.
Yeah. Well, and you had to change your panties afterwards.
Yes.
Okay, not
and
really,
maybe you should have too, Gary, because there was the fajita in question.
Yeah, you see, and that's the thing. I would have thought your least favorite part would have been the fajita farts.
No, I really felt like it was, if you were to get delivered a fart, I mean, I could really single out all of the ingredients. I smelled the beef. There was the peppers, the onions, the tortilla. It was smoky even. It was charred.
I did not eat fajitas. I swear I didn't. But
I'm willing to differ.
Well, whatever crazy chemistry was going on in my belly, I admit there was a waft of fajita in that. But
Oh my God.
I'm not denying it. Yeah, embarrassing though. Embarrassing. I felt bad.
We still love you, Gary.
Well, thank you. So, next question up in our list of questions. Did this experience live up to the hype?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good.
Like I said, if I ever go to Eau Claire, I mean, there is no bubble teas in probably a 25-mile radius of me.
Yeah.
But that is high priority on my list.
Yep. No, I get it. And then the last question, and I think we've already answered this, but let's go through it. Okay, the last question. Would you do it again? And or do you recommend this to the listeners?
Absolutely. Absolutely recommending it. And I also want to turn the tables. So if you've had bubble tea, boba tea, all of that, what are some good places to go and try it?
Ooh, yeah. We can always continue.
Yeah.
Because even though we've had it, maybe there's some experience, some twist on it, some place that you guys know of that you want us to go try. We'll do it. We'll post.
Absolutely.
But I think you had one more thing that you didn't recommend.
Probably the fajitas. I realize I didn't pay for the extra, but I also didn't ask for it either.
No, that's, as we say, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. With that, I think that caps up our first episode of Poppin Cherries, or Court and Gary's Poppin Cherries.
Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah. And keep a lookout because we have a lot more to come. So thanks, everyone.
Bye.